Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one because I am going to be chatting and getting ready. I'm just doing a chatty get ready with me because I feel like I have a lot to talk about. I haven't uploaded in a little bit, so I just wanted to chat with you guys, let you guys know what's going on. If you follow me on Instagram and you follow my stories closely, you probably already know this stuff, but not everyone follows so closely, and I just wanted to provide an update and chat about some stuff and kind of take it easy. For my eyeshadow today, I'm going to use the Colourpop 5 pans because I got a request to do so. I don't know which one I want to work with, so I might kind of like dip into all of them. I don't have like one specific color story that's really like speaking to me right now, so we'll see where it takes us. And without further ado, let's just start getting ready because I feel like this is going to be a long video. I have a lot to talk about. Okay, so I zoomed you in a little bit. I already have my brows done just because that's like the most boring thing ever. Nobody wants to see you do your brows. So I'm going to start with eyes. I always start with eyes. I'm going to prime with my Tarte Shape Tape. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about is like my health. I know a lot of you guys know that I've been struggling with some anxiety and some panic attacks, which have gotten significantly better. Yeah, I don't think I've had one in like, since I filmed that last video where I had an anxiety attack. I think all of my days have been clear since then. I don't remember what date that was. Honestly, it's all been a blur, but I'm just blending it out with this Beauty Blender dupe I got off Amazon. I can link it down below. It's not an affiliate link or anything, but these are really good. I like them. I think I said that I was gonna link them in my video before, and I didn't. But I definitely will this time. I will do it. So yeah, my anxiety's been good. They upped my antidepressant dose when I was experiencing those panic attacks, and it's been a few weeks since that happened. So clearly my medication is working. I am on Zoloft. I was on 50 milligrams and now they've upped me to 75. They wanted to up me to 100, but I told them the thing with Zoloft for me is when I'm on it, I really don't sleep well. It's kind of a trade-off. You know, I feel good and I don't have a ton of side effects, but I don't really sleep. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Like, I do sleep, just not very well. So they upped me to 75 milligrams, and I have 0.5 milligram clonazepam for when I need it. So that's been very helpful. What a blessing to have this be my hardest decision of the day, right? What color eyeshadow should I use? I do know that I want to keep it light on the lids. That's what I do know. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go into, what's this palette? The Cherish palette, and I'm gonna do this shade right here called Adore, and I'm just gonna use it on a Morphe Y18. I don't think they have the like gold collection anymore, so I don't know what the equivalent would be now, but any smaller brush. It's like a smaller pinched crease brush. So yes, I had a follow-up appointment yesterday with my doctor. I also had a pap smear. That might be too much information, but you know, women's health, we gotta talk about it. So that was uncomfortable and unpleasant, but you know, it is what it is. We all have to do it. But yeah, so then I could just follow up with my anxiety while I was there, just to minimize the amount of appointments I have because of COVID. So they followed up on my blood work. I got blood work done to determine if there was a physical cause to my anxiety. My blood work came back normal, so that's great. They also had me do an electrocardiogram last week because honestly I don't know why. I think because a side effect of Zoloft is like irregular heartbeat and stuff like that, and my results came back abnormal. So I'm trying not to freak out, but you know, your heart's kind of an important organ, you know, slightly important. They didn't tell me specifically what was wrong. I'm sure they would have if I had asked. But I didn't want to know because I would Google it and probably convince myself that I'm dying. So I don't know what was abnormal about my tests, but they have referred me out to a cardiologist, and I should be expecting a call to book that appointment any day. So that's kind of what's going on. There's something funky going on with my heart. I'm just gonna take this Anastasia Beverly Hills powder and just set my brow bone area. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with my health right now. It's a little bit concerning, but I'm trying to keep cool, keep calm, collected until I know what's going on. It could be nothing. It could have been just like a blip, you know, maybe, I don't know. So you just don't know. And I'm trying to like remain calm until I do know for sure. So I am going to go see a heart specialist, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I have felt my heart kind of like, It felt like fluttery, like it skipped a beat or something. I guess I probably should have mentioned that at that appointment yesterday, but I didn't even really think about it, honestly, because at my appointment, she told me that my electrocardiogram was fine, and then she called me after my appointment. I'm just blending out that shade I applied. Actually, I lied, I'm not gonna use that brush. I'm gonna go back in with this one. So she basically told me that everything was fine at the appointment and then called me after and was like, upon closer look, I realized that something was abnormal. And I was like, oh, good, great. She called me afterwards. I don't know where I was going with that, but oh, I guess the point was that I like didn't mention my heart feeling like it skips a beat. She's like, you haven't been passing out at all, right? And I'm like, no, I guess we will see. I'll keep you guys updated. No physical reasons for my anxiety, just the way I am as a person. They referred me out to a therapist, and it's like a group. It's like a therapy program, like not group therapy, but it's like a program for that has a group of therapists, I guess. I still haven't heard back from them though, and they referred me out like not months ago, like weeks ago though. But that's Canadian healthcare for you. Sometimes it's a bit of a wait. It is what it is. So it doesn't feel as urgent now anyway, but I still, like, I need to go to therapy for sure. I need to work some shit out. So we'll see. Yeah, so that's pretty much the update on my health. What else did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about Becca Cosmetics closing down. That was a shocker. I mean, was it though? I feel like I didn't want to make like a whole video about this. I've seen people who have, but I don't know. It didn't seem like something I really wanted to talk about for like 20 whole minutes. So I thought I'd mention it in this video. I just feel as if Becca has not put out a solid launch since, honestly, I can't recall one since they've launched their brand, like with their highlighters. Their bronzers were a big hit. That was a product that I was interested in trying. And the backlight priming filter. Those were like their, you know, standout products. But I feel like they kept putting out like dewy foundations that no one liked, and you would see it winners. I think I'm just gonna stick to this palette, the Cherish palette. I don't know. Now I'm kind of feeling this one now that I've already dipped into it. So I'm gonna go into this like deep burnt red. I guess we're kind of going Valentine's Day glam, and I'm just gonna place it on the outer corner just to add some depth. But yeah, I can't remember a product. Hi, Debbie. Did you come to say hello? Yes? Okay, I will pick her up for you. Hold on. Oh, you're so chatty. How do you always know when I'm filming? You come here, you big lug. Say hi, Debbie. I don't know if you can hear it, but she's purring. She's so cute. She's so fat. She's such a dump truck. She was like that when we got her though. Like, we didn't make her fat. Okay, bye-bye now. Have a good day. Go for a nap. She's cleaning herself. If you can hear that, like, it's not a very pleasant sound. I'm so sorry. But I don't have the heart to kick her out of the room. So yes, I just feel like Becca hasn't come out with anything exciting. Like, their products and launches were super basic. And while I think that's okay, it needs to be done appropriately. Not appropriately, but like strategically, you know, like whether you have some fun campaigns or some more fun packaging, some limited edition packaging or something that's actually interesting that you haven't seen before, you know, that kind of stuff. And I feel like Becca didn't do that. They've just kept things very basic and very boring. Not only that, but I feel like Becca did not take advantage of influencers the way that a lot of brands are. And I think that was a big mistake on their part. I think people kind of doubt the power of influence and beauty influencers. That is a huge part of marketing now. And the thing is, it doesn't take much. Like, it's not a super expensive venture for brands to do in terms of advertising. So I feel like even if you just sent your products out to more people, I feel like a lot of people don't get Becca PR. I don't personally know anyone who receives Becca PR. And you know, if you send stuff to people, especially smaller influencers, they are likely to try it and review it. And you know, like, if they're talking about it, that's the important thing, right? They're talking about it, even if it's a negative review. I know the way I do my reviews, I'm like, okay, if I don't like something, I'm like, okay, well, this wasn't for me because of X, Y, and Z, but that might be what someone who's viewing is looking for. So I think they didn't utilize influencers very well. And I think they took a weird turn with doing celebrity collaborations as opposed to influencer collaborations. This is starting to get like a little patchy right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of annoying me. But yeah, they did like Khloe Kardashian. Who else did they collaborate with? Chrissy Teigen. The girl from Euphoria, Barbie, I can't pronounce her last name. But the thing is, for example, I am so much more likely to purchase something that has Jackie Aina's name on it. Or who else do I really like in the influencer space? Even like I'm more likely to buy something with Jaclyn Hill's name on it that I don't particularly like. I don't love Jaclyn Hill, but I'm more likely to purchase something with her name on it than I would be with Chrissy Teigen's name on it. Then I'm just gonna go into this light shade here called Destiny. It's like a light pink, kind of matches my shirt. So yeah, I feel like that's where Becca really went wrong, was with their collaborations. I think it's a combination of like a lot of poor business moves. That's what I think. I think that them shutting down was honestly inevitable because you can't thrive off of you can't thrive. It's not realistic to expect a brand as big as Becca to thrive just off of their core products, which are highlighters, first of all, that last forever, may I add. Like, I've bought highlighters from Becca years ago that I still have, so it's not really something that people are often repurchasing, like if it was a primer or a foundation. But you can't expect a brand to thrive just off of their core launches, their cult products forever. They have to put out something new that will excite people. And I just don't think they were able to do that. Like, nothing really stuck. And I think it was inevitable. I really do. I think the pandemic just sped things along. So that's my thoughts about Becca. Will I be sad to see them go? Honestly, not really. I don't know. It happens. Let me just like say that I think it's sad that like people will be losing their jobs over this. And, you know, I do think that part is sad, the fact that it really affects people's lives. Of course, that's sad, but I just don't think it's particularly sad for me, being the fact that I like never really bought from the brand. You know what I mean? Okay, I think I'm done for eyeshadow. Just gonna add some eyeliner, just the KVD tattoo liner, my fave, you know. But yeah, in terms of like, am I gonna miss the brand? Yeah, not really, personally. I don't know, it's whatever. They're not my favorite, so it's okay. It happens. Okay, I just did my eyeliner off camera because honestly, I cannot talk and do that at the same time. It's never gonna happen. Honestly, I didn't get too much fallout using that palette, so I'm kind of happy about that. And I'll just move right on to the face. I already primed using the coconut face milk from 43 Beauty. I like those for primers, not really like moisturizers, you know? And today I'm gonna go with the Too Faced Born This Way range. I'm gonna use the concealer and the foundation. I don't know what else I wanted to talk about. I should have made a list. Oh, I also kind of wanted to briefly touch on the pandemic. Oh, wow, that looks like really stark. I probably applied too much, as I always do. The stay-at-home order has been lifted for my area, which is amazing. We're still technically in lockdown, like small businesses are allowed to open, but that's it. And only like shops, not small businesses like me who provide a service. So restaurants and gyms, they're still closed. Hair salons, still closed. Me, makeup artist, still closed. I also offer like lash extensions and lash tinting and lifting. That's what word I was looking for. I added those services like at the beginning of the pandemic because I recognized very quickly that makeup was going to be something that was the last to reopen because you have to take off a mask in order to provide that service. So I kind of hopped on the bandwagon and took some classes to get certified in other areas, but those areas still aren't open for me anyway. So, and then going in with the foundation, this is the matte foundation. I have the dewy one, but I just like the matte one better for my skin type. So yeah, I'm happy that the stay-at-home order has been lifted. Like, I can go see my parents. I have been seeing my parents anyways. I haven't been listening because I was really struggling mentally. So it's like, I needed their support, so, but I can go there without feeling bad now, at least. So that's kind of what's going on in my area in regards to the pandemic. I think in Canada, my province, instead of states, we have provinces. We have around 900 to 1,000 new cases per day. I mean, it's not great, but the vaccines are rolling out. My grandma got vaccinated. I'm so excited. So I can go see her soon because she'll be scheduled for her second vaccination, I think within the next couple weeks, so I'm very excited about that. I had seen her, but I was wearing a mask and I stood at the door while she like stood at the other side of the apartment. We were just like talking across the apartment. And that's no fun, you know. I want to hug my freaking grandma, man. She's 86 years old. Poor thing's been isolated in her apartment for a whole year. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on with that. I'm very excited. Hopefully I can wedding dress shop now. I really hope that that's going to be an option for me. I'm waiting till my grandma's fully vaccinated in order to do that, just because I think that's a safe and responsible thing to do. And she's paying for my dress, so of course I want her to be there. So yeah, that's kind of what's going down. I don't really find it necessary to set this foundation. It just works really well for my skin and like has kind of a natural finish without powder. So I'm gonna avoid powder. I'm just gonna powder under my eyes. I'm gonna use the RCMA No Color Powder. I feel like that wasn't a good idea. That just does not look good. I don't know if it's because I swiped it instead of patting it. It doesn't look great, but I'll deal with it. I don't know if I like that powder on me. So I'm just gonna take this deep red color on a little angled brush and I'm just going to apply it to my lower lash line. I'm keeping it really tight to the lash line, not buffing it out too far. And then I'm taking the lighter shade and I'm gonna use that to buff it out. I'm also gonna use that larger brush just to kind of blend everything together and make it look as seamless as possible. Okay, so I'm using Extra Frosting eyeliner from Colourpop. Apparently this is just a Colourpop. Every day is a Colourpop day, let's be honest. I won't be able to talk while doing this, so I'll skip to the next part. The packaging looks very yellow, but I find when applied to the waterline, it looks more of like a cream. So that's why I like it. Then I'm going to use the NYX On the Rise Mascara. I really like this one. It's like a rubberized wand. I find these wands are a lot better for my lashes because I like a more like separated effect more than like a volume clumped effect. So I'm just applying a little bit just to make my lashes black because I'm going to put falsies on. I always do. Okay, so those are the completed eyes. I couldn't talk while applying lashes. I've never been able to do that. So yeah, all I have to do is apply some more liner on top of the lash band once the glue completely dries, and that'll be the final eye look. So now moving on to face. You know what, actually, I have quite a bit of shine right there. I'm just going to use a little bit of powder and just get rid of that. I usually don't have to powder, but it might be like the coconut milk primer that's making this a little more dewy than usual, which is fine. I just don't like it on my forehead, you know? I may have used this brush for highlighter and now there's shimmer everywhere. Oops, please tell me I'm not the only one who's done that before. Then for bronzer, I'm gonna switch it up from my usual Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Into Sun. Wow, I'm almost done this. Hopefully I can use it up. So yesterday I watched the Meghan Markle interview with Oprah. Have some thoughts about that. I could probably make a whole video about my thought. Well, no, not really. I'm not educated enough for a whole video, but I hate that my Canadian tax dollars go to them. I don't like it. It's like $50 million a year in Canadian taxes go to the Queen, and I don't think the royal family. I think it's just the Queen when she's representing Canada. I just don't get it. I don't really understand what the royals do. Like in that interview, she kept talking about, oh, it's part of the job. I'm like, well, what is the job? What do you do? Like you just go around and do charity work and meet people, meet the Commonwealth? Is that what you do? I don't understand. I think the whole idea of the royal family is really quite dumb, personally. I don't like it. I love Meghan Markle though. She's beautiful, first of all. Second of all, I think she is very well spoken. I think that interview was very nicely done on her part. It kind of seemed like Harry had a harder time communicating his thoughts, which is okay because I totally would have been like that too, especially on Oprah. Like what? I don't understand. Like $50 million in Canadian tax money. It's just like, it's only $2 a person, approximately, like $1.60 a person. If you put it that way, that goes to them, but that's still like $50 million that could go to, you know, Canadian affordable housing, or, you know, getting mental health covered under our, you know, health plans. In Canada, we do have free healthcare. Free as in like it's free when you go, but you pay for it in high taxes, and it doesn't include prescription medication, it doesn't include eye health, it doesn't include, like if you're getting an eye exam, it doesn't include that. You have to pay for that unless you're under 19 or over 65. Anyways, it doesn't matter. The details don't matter. You have to pay for it, most people. Then I'm just going to use this Colourpop blush in the shade Palatial from the Ornate, I think that's what it was called, collection. Yeah, so it doesn't include eye health. What doesn't it? It also doesn't include any mental health. Dental is not included in that. So I feel like we have so much that we could spend $50 million on. I know 50 million wouldn't really go that far, but like it would go somewhere, you know? I feel like it would just be better used than, you know, paying for the Queen when she represents Canada. What does that even mean, you know? And we also pay for them when they're in Canada, which doesn't happen very often. I don't know, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get the hype around them. Like, what do they do? They don't have any political power, I don't think. Please educate me if I'm wrong. Like, I don't understand it. And I also don't understand, I'm also just using my Tarte Amazonian Clay highlighter. This is my favorite. I don't understand why they wouldn't let her do things. Like, why can't she get mental health help? It wouldn't look good. Like, why do people care so much? Are like people in the UK really that invested? Like, are people not allowed to struggle in the royal family? Is that what it is? Like, they have to have this facade 24/7 that they're like always okay and they're always smiling and everything's dandy. I can't say that I understand it, and I don't think it's unrealistic for them to have left given those circumstances. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I don't personally get the royal family. And maybe it's because I'm not from the UK that I don't understand it. And so I don't have like a lot of the information. I just think the whole situation is really sad. I'm gonna keep the lips super natural today. I'm just gonna go with my Colourpop BFF lip liner. I feel like the fact also that they're getting criticized for signing deals with Netflix and Spotify, like, what else are they supposed to do? They have to make money. You know, they're cut off financially. What are they supposed to do? Like, just like sit at home? I don't understand the logic behind a lot of the criticisms of Harry and Meghan. And I don't know why people care so much, honestly. Like, just let them live, man. I would not be able to handle, like, if I were Meghan, I would have been out of there so freaking fast. I would not have been able to handle like everyone all up in my business all the time. And to literally have left your house twice in like, what, 4 months, she said? Like, I don't, how is that fair? Because you're in the tabloids? And I'm gonna top it with Colourpop Luxe Lip Oil. I actually like these. A lot of people don't, but I do. I think they're very hydrating and really nice. And my lips are really dry. They're still healing from their attack of my anxiety. They were personally victimized by my fingertips. I just picked all the skin off when I was anxious. They're still healing. But I like this formula because it doesn't like emphasize anything. It's not too thick and it's not uncomfortable at all. One thing I will say is I don't like the smell of them. They're not my favorite that way. Okay, so I just kind of put my hair in my signature low bun. I can't stand my hair in my face. If you wonder why it's like always up, that's why. Anyways, this is the completed look. I will zoom you in a little bit so you can see it. Nothing too crazy, but I feel really pretty in it, so yay. And yeah, I think that is it for me today. Thank you so much for catching up with me and chatting with me, especially if you've made it this far in the video. Like, I was just yapping. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, that's okay. I just really appreciate you being here. It really helps me out, you watching my channel, so thank you. Please leave any video requests you may have in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!